We are starting our unit number 5 of ETE, that is Smart World. So unit number 5 has following outcomes: the list of features of smart home, understand various components of smart home, list requirements and features of smart city, understand machine to machine IoT architecture, understand network components and their functions. So these are the major outcomes of this unit. And what major points we are going to cover under this unit are: evolution of smart home, basic requirements and components for smart home, basic requirements of smart city, IoT M2M network architecture, and network components. So these are the major points that we are going to study under this unit number 5. What is the need of smart home? So smart home technology provides homeowners with security, comfort, energy, efficiency, and convenience. These are the basic amenities with smart home technology we can provide to your homeowners. The term smart home is used to describe a residence that has lighting, appliances, heating, TV, air conditioning, entertainment, audio and video systems, computers, cameras, security systems that can communicate with one another and be remotely controlled from any room in the home, as well as remotely from any location via your smartphone or internet. So whatever appliances you do have in your house, that appliances should communicate with each other automatically using any remote device from any room of your home. Means from kitchen you can control the lights and fans which are there in bedroom, or you can control TV, AC that is in living room, correct? So these devices can communicate with each other, and they are connected to each other through internet. If you are outside your home and if you remember that something is still on in your house, you can turn it off remotely through your smartphone or internet. Thus, smart home provides comfort, security, and convenience. Remote automation conserves Earth's limited resource. How you can say this? Because obviously you are going to conserve your electricity and energy. So if it is conserved, means the resources are conserved, because electricity is not produced, it is not natural resource. It is produced from natural resources like water, then coal, nuclear energy, etc. So if you conserve it, your energy, household electricity, then obviously you will conserve the natural resources. Increase the independency and given greater control of home environment. Make it easier to communicate with family, save time and efforts, improve personal safety, reduce heating and cooling cost, increase home's energy efficiency, alert audibly and visually to emergency situations, allow to monitor home while away. So these are the facilities that you are going to provide with your smart home. How the smart home evolution takes place? So during the 20th century, it turned into reality with the advent of arrival of convenient electric power started to strip away the drudgery from all kind of domestic chores, including washing clothes, dishes, vacuuming the floor. Then when transistor made electronics more affordable in mid 20th century, appliances started to control themselves in a very limited way using built-in sensors and programmers. Now in 21st century, that the vision of fully automated smart home is actually being realized. This possible because of internet, due to which it's easy to set up virtually any electric appliances in the home and can be controlled from web browser anywhere in the world, and it is known as internet of things. So this is the generalized architecture that how your smart home can be configured. So single microcontroller microprocessor will be there. That microcontroller microprocessor will control all the actions that you are going to give the commands, etc. Control the actuators, sensors, monitor sensors, give information to the user on display or on your cell phone. So Bluetooth UART model will communicate with your smartphone. From smartphone, when you give the command, that command will be received by the microcontroller, and microcontroller by using it give commands to the actuators, while the sensor senses the environment which is there in your house, and the continuous information will be given to the microcontroller, and that information will be displayed on your LCD display. So the LPG sensor, temperature sensors, light sensors, motion sensor, door sensors, all these sensors continuously update the microcontroller at particular interval of time. This microcontroller will keep log of the status of sensors. According to that, light relays will be turned on off, fan relay will be turned on off, TV relay will be turned on off. Then the door motors for opening and closing of door. So all these things are controlled using controller, and continuous status will be updated to the Bluetooth and to the smartphone. So from smartphone you can give command, you can watch or you can monitor the status of each appliances connection, whether it is your washing machine, whether it is your AC, fan, cooler, lights, etc. So how it operates? The central controller sends regular switching signals through the ordinary household wiring, effective treating it as a kind of computer network, because these signals work at roughly twice the switching frequency of ordinary AC power. They don't interfere with it in any way. Each signal contains a code identifying the unit it relates to, and the instructions such as turn on, turn off, or brighten or dimming of lights. Although all the control units listen out for and receive all signals, a particular signal affects only the appliances with the correct code. Means on a bus, the message will be sent, that message will be received by all the appliances. But for each appliances, different code of message will be there. Correct? So if the message is for only fan, that is turning on of fan, then that message through wireless communication it will be received by every device, every appliances. But the devices are programmed such that they will continuously monitor the message they have received. If that message is not relevant to that appliances, means turning off a fan, this message will be received by your light, AC, door, etc., etc. But every device receives particular message, it decodes it. If that message is related to that particular device, then that device will respond only, otherwise that device will neglect that message. Okay. So apart from appliances that receive signal, can also plug in sensors such as motion detectors, thermostats, and so on. So the system will respond automatically to the changes in daylight, temperature, or intruders. Temperature वाढलं, कंटिन्युअसली स्टेटस मॉनिटर होईल, मायक्रोकंट्रोलर सिग्नल जाईल. टेम्परेचर वाढलं, एका पर्टिक्युलर सेट टेम्परेचरपेक्षा टेम्परेचर जास्त झालं, तर विदाउट ह्युमन कमांड that microcontroller will take decision of turning on AC or fan. If evening 6 p.m. is there, in the winter season at 6 p.m. the sunset takes place. In summer season at 7:15 sunset takes place. So your turning on of light does not depend on the actual timing, it depends upon the daylight condition. So light sensor will sense the ambient light present in the room. If that ambient light is below some value, some luminance value, then lights will be turned on automatically. During cloudy season also, lights will be turned on automatically. So it saves the time of human, correct? So most of the system can also switch appliances on and off with the handheld remote control. The remote either send signal directly to each module using radio wave signals or communicate with the central controller which relays the signal accordingly. Using remote, you can turn on off anything, any appliances using single remote. So example is X10 module. This is the oldest and best known smart home automation system called X10. This is a wireless router. One dial is what's called the house code and set this to be a letter from A to P. So use the house code to link appliances together. For example, so all the lamps on the first floor of home can be controlled as a group. Means if you press a particular button of that remote, if that button is related to fan, then fan will be turned on. If fan is on, if you press that button again, then fan will be turned off. So using unique code, you can send command wirelessly to that router, wireless router X10. This is the oldest type of you can say the module which is used for automating your home appliances. Other dial is set to each individual appliances has a unique identifier as its unit code, which is a number between 1 to 16. Further, plug of central controller unit into another electrical socket and program it to switch the various appliances on and off whenever it is required. Then wireless internet system. Security is one of the biggest reason why many people are interested in smart home. When away at work or on holiday, making the home seem lived in is a good way to deter intruders. A basic X10 system can turn the light and TV on off unpredictable times, but if required to push the boat out on security, wireless net connected system is much better. Whenever it is the security reason of home automation, then instead of X10 system, you can go for wireless internet system. So through wirelessly you can control the connection. So this is the remote for sensing and control. So as you can see, there are functions are available, correct? And using that function, you can control any appliances. So this is wireless remote for controlling the appliances. Okay. So what are the main features of this remote, which is seen in this diagram? So control up to minimum 4 home appliances wirelessly. Monitor status of home like temperature inside outside the home, light intensity inside outside the home, motion on the main entrance, LPG leakage in the home, and status of main door. So all these functions are sensed by this remote sensing and control. Open close main door electrically and wirelessly. As the Android application is password protected, it automatically adds security to the home as it can be controlled by the user only. Automate indoor lighting, outdoor lighting, and fan AC to switch on off automatically when the light intensity temperature condition exceeds the programmed threshold value. It automatically monitors home against LPG leakage and cases of fire. If it detects something wrong, it automatically switches off all the appliances instantly and immediately opens the door to let LPG fire gas exhaust of the home. It has sleep mode. Once activated, will switch light off and program the motion sensor and door sensor to raise alarm if anything goes wrong. As it is, the user can be use the Android phone within a range of 10 to 100 meter. So these are the features of this. Okay. So what are the basic requirements of smart home? So the basic requirements are, while the recent smart home market still has plenty room of growth, example of smart home technology currently on the market include internet enabled and controlled refrigerations, smart thermostats like Nest thermostat, smart lights with light occupancy sensors, smart door locks and security systems, Most of these smart home devices now include a mobile app for maintaining. Most of the smart home devices now include the mobile app for managing them via a smartphone or tablet. So the components, the few of the smart home devices available now today on today's market. The monitor security system, security cameras and video surveillance. These are the main components that we look today, that is to purchase from market. That is monitor security system, security cameras, video surveillance, smart door locks, thermostat control, lightning control system, intercoms, video doorbells, home internet entertainment, smart TVs, energy management, garage door opener, HVAC units with climate control, window blinds control, bed mattress control, wireless pendants for senior citizens, fire and gas detection system. So these are the basic smart home devices that are available in the market. The requirements and components for the smart home. Various sensors are placed at different places. It gathers physical conditions such as motion, temperature, illumination, etc. The parameters are processed using controllers such as Raspberry Pi, Arduino. The processor generates various control signals depending upon the sensor information. These control signals are used to control the operations of smart appliances through switches and relays. So, how these appliances are controlled? Suppose from sensor, the data is gathered. This data is given to the Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi, according to the program which is stored on that programmer or the microcontroller, it will take decision based on the data provided by sensor. Then it generates some actuating commands. These actuating commands are given to the general purpose input outputs as well as switches. So these switches and general purpose input output changes the state of logic gates. That gates maybe and or XOR, XNOR, not gates. And then these gates then in turns on or off the relays. And accordingly, the fans and lights, ACs, etc. will be on and off. The doors are open or closed. Or cameras may be turned on and off. So these are in this way these appliances are controlled. Suppose temperature sensor is there, temperature sensor will gather the temperature value. It will be given to Raspberry Pi. If temperature is above the set value, means the fan or AC or cooler need to be turned on. Then command is given to the switches. Then switches control the logic gates. Logic gate will control the relays. And when relay shift its position, then fan or AC or cooler turns on. Correct? And when temperature decreases, they will be turned off automatically. So video monitoring. How this security system works. The video monitoring system for home consists of camera and displays. The camera can be wired or wireless. Cameras transmitting the capture video through a radio transmitter. The video is sent to a receiver that is connected to a built-in storage device. Display unit have an easy link to access all of image or video clips. Video monitoring system can be outfitted with motion sensor technology that is both energy efficient and more secure. Video monitoring system that include motion detectors will start recording automatically anytime they sense movement in the range. In case of pan and tilt, okay, okay. आता विजिबल आहे. Okay. So this video recording system, whatever cameras are there, that cameras work either wired or wirelessly. Whatever motion takes place in front of camera, whenever camera detects any motion, it starts recording it. Means if motion is not there, it will not record anything because it will waste the storage memory that you have. Okay, so that data from this camera is will be recorded, correct? And this camera, whenever motion is detected, the object tracking will be done. Wherever that object moves, the camera will tilt its position using the camera feedback and decision tracking system. So the direction of motion and recording automatically starts when this type of recording system is installed. Then security and alarm. So alarm systems are made up of combination of different sensors which will trigger an alarm when it detects an action it was specifically built for. So some basic systems are there. Wired and wireless home alarm systems are there. The wired alarm systems use a low voltage current that flows between 2 points through home entry point, and breaking the circuit will result in alarm being triggered. Means from two wire, suppose the minor current is flowing. When something, any object, if moves through that particular uh, path, unwanted object when moves through that particular path, that circuit will break and the alarm will be triggered on. Okay, so that is your wired or wireless alarm system. So wireless alarm system uses built-in radio frequency transmitter where the signal is transmitted to control panel and the alarm is activated. Then monitored or unmonitored alarm system. Alarm system may be monitored by call center who will get notified if alarm gets triggered. We will dispatch emergency services, or they may be unmonitored. That is, it will just set off a loud siren inside and outside the house when the alarm is tripped, and will have to take necessary action. So monitor unmonitored alarm means what? Suppose if you see the ATM machine, so if alarm is set on ATM machine, directly signal is given to the police station and security persons arrive there and the problem is sorted out. So that is monitored and unmonitored alarm systems are there. If suppose the alarm is there, alarm takes place, then the loud intensity sirens can be placed over there so that the person which is there inside the house and outside the house will be get alarmed regarding that unwanted object. Outdoor indoor sirens, again this type of security system is there. The alarm system sirens may be installed indoor, outdoor, or both places so that when alarm is triggered, the loud siren will be heard by neighbors as well as who can alert the police. So bulgar alarm system is there. A combination of different sensors and security cameras make up the bulgar alarm system. Detects an unauthorized entry in the home when alarm is triggered, and alert is sent to and the police station so that immediate action can be taken. So in this way this security system works. Again, door control, obviously we have seen the smart home example using IoT, that when somebody is there on the door, the camera will sense who is standing over there. If the person is the daily person, like suppose your father, mother, your son, your uncle, your grandfather, grandmother, the AI system means articulate system will detect the person who is there. If some retina scanning is required, that retina scan will be done and the door will be unlocked automatically. This can be the case. If suppose the camera is scanning the face, okay, that face will be shown on your TV screen. If you found that the person is okay, then using remote or wirelessly through your speech, you can order your security system to open the door. If suppose you are not in your house, if your relatives are there at your doorsteps, then that alarm will be given on your smartphone when you are in office or outside the home. Then if you find that person is genuine, then using your smartphone you can give command to your door lock system to get open so that that person can enter the house. Correct? So this type of door system can be there. Okay, so the control module is there, door open lock operators are there, communication module is there, GPS module is there, proximity infrared sensors are there, ultrasonic sensors are there, data storages are there. Correct, the motion sensors are there. So different type of sensors are there. Then heating, ventilation and air conditioner control, HVAC system. This is more important system nowadays, HVAC system. Lot of researchers are researching on this HVAC system. So introduction, heating, ventilation and air conditioner is a technology of indoor environmental comfort. Its goal is to provide thermal comfort and acceptable indoor air quality. So the three major functions of heating, ventilation and air conditioner are interrelated, especially with the need to provide thermal comfort, acceptable indoor air quality within responsible installation, operation and maintenance cost. HVAC systems can be used in both domestic commercial environments. So HVAC system can provide ventilation and maintain pressure relationship between the spaces, means indoor, that you can say. The means of air delivery and removal from spaces is known as room air distribution. The HVAC system will collect heat from within a space, soak it up like a sponge and push it back out into the air. So whatever heating is there in different rooms, that heating is absorbed and it is taken out of your room or say suppose your house. So the ventilation continuously there and you can take up the fresh air inside your house. So how this how heating is done? The heaters are the appliances whose purpose is to generate heat for the building. This can be done using system containing boiler, furnace in a home or a large building. The heat can be transferred by convection, conduction or radiation. Means suppose during the winter season the warming of rooms must be required. So this heating can be given through the boiler or furnace which is there at your house or a large building. So heating can be transferred, heat is transferred using convection, conduction and radiation. Convection means by through the air. Conduction means from your door to door or from material to material. And radiation means the hot thing can be kept in the house and that hot thing continuously radiates the warm radiations to the air so that it warms up the room. Suppose in a room if you have the large mercury bulb, then obviously when that mercury bulb radiates the energy, the room gets heated automatically. You must have observed it. So heat is generally transferred using convection, conduction and radiation principle. Then how ventilation is given? Ventilation is a process of exchanging and replacing air in any space to provide high indoor quality, which involves temperature control, oxygen replacement and removal of moisture, odor, smoke, heat, dust, airborne bacteria, carbon dioxide and other gases. So method of ventilation, ventilating a building may be divided into mechanical, forced and natural types. So air conditioning, how it is done? Then air conditioning system provides cooling and humidity control for all parts of a building having sealed windows. Outside fresh air is generally drawn into the system via vent into the indoor heat exchanger section, creating positive air pressure. Air conditioner and refrigeration are provided through removal of heat and heat can be removed through radiation, convection and conduction. So in this way, this HVAC system or HVAC model can be installed in the house. So this is the way that we can actually install the HVAC system in your house, in your smart home.